Hi sweeties, welcome back to the channel. And no, it's not clickbait. Me and my ex-girlfriend actually got kicked off a bus. And that's the story I'm gonna tell you today. I'm like hyper and laughing, but it's not funny. Seriously, it's like unbelievable that shit like that still happens in the world. Seriously. So I'm gonna get straight into the story, but before we start, please subscribe because I post new videos 3 times a week, sometimes even 4 times a week. Please activate the notifications and give us a thumbs up because it really helps the channel. Okay, so I have to tell you a bit of a backstory for you to understand this. You probably noticed English is not my first language, and that's because I'm actually from Brazil. If you're new here and you don't know all of this, I live in London, but I lived in Brazil for most of my life. And even though Brazil is like the most wonderful country ever and there are amazing people there, there's a huge problem with homophobia in Brazil. There's like quite a lot of homophobic people because it's a Catholic country. I'm not saying all Catholic people are homophobic, but there are a lot of religious people that just don't accept gays and don't respect any type of gay rights or anything, especially in Brazil. I mean, it's getting way better now, but back when I lived there, it was quite hard. So this story I'm gonna tell you happened in Brazil, in a very rough area of São Paulo. I feel like all my story times are from when I lived in Brazil because I don't know, just like crazy things happen over there. I actually mentioned this story before in one of my videos like ages ago, but I didn't tell the whole story completely, and I just think people have to know about this even though it happened a few years ago. Anyway, this happened like 6 years ago. I was only 17 and I had my first girlfriend, and I've never spoken about this girlfriend here before because we had a bit of a bad breakup, but we broke up like 5 years ago, so I think it's fine for me to talk about her now. I'm not gonna say any names anyway. But she was a bodybuilder, but she was very feminine. Like, she had long blonde hair and she would wear makeup and stuff. I don't know why people usually think that female bodybuilders are masculine, but that's not true. At least she wasn't. She just had like muscles and stuff. I'm just saying this so you can imagine like the scene, how everything looked like. And she lived in this very I really hope she's not watching this, let's put it this way, but she lived in a bit of a rough area. And I used to go there to meet her every weekend, and then from there we would go somewhere else, to the park or to the mall. Anyway, so one weekend I went to her area, and then we decided to go to a park at a different city just outside São Paulo that we had to take a bus to get there. And we were a type of couple that we were always like holding hands or like hugging and stuff, but we wouldn't really kiss in public and snog in front of everybody. We were really not like that, but let's say you could tell we were a couple. We were not just friends holding hands. Even though in Brazil it's quite normal to see female friends holding hands, you could tell there was something going on because we were like more huggy and stuff, even though we weren't kissing. So we got on this bus and we sat down on the first 2 seats, like very close to the driver. And then slowly more people started coming in and the bus was like completely full. There were lots of people, all the seats were taken, and we were right there at the front. So during the journey we were, I swear, we didn't kiss, not even once. We were just like hugging and being cute, but you know, respectfully. We weren't snogging or anything. And then, of course, these 2 men at the back of the bus, they were like grown men, like tall, strong, like scary looking. Oh, I get so angry thinking about this. They started like shouting really rude things at us. And the things they were shouting were so offensive. I mean, they were saying like, get off the bus, you F word. But I mean, not fuck, like the F word that people use for gay men. I don't want to say it and be offensive, even though I'm just explaining the story, but they were calling us that. So To this day, I don't know if they thought we were two drag queens because I wear a lot of makeup and she had muscles. Some people don't know that female bodybuilders even exist. So I don't know if they thought we were two gay men, but the things they were saying were like offensive expressions that people would say to gay men. Apart from swearing at us, just saying, oh, go fuck yourself, like lots of horrible things, and being super aggressive, saying we're gonna beat you up, we're gonna get you, like really intimidating, bad stuff. And the whole bus was quiet. The driver didn't say anything, the passengers didn't say a word. Everybody was just staring and like not doing anything to defend us. Like everybody was just like doo-doo-doo. You know, like just casually seeing some gay people being offended and humiliated for no reason whatsoever in public. Just casually, you know, like nobody did anything. So I thought, oh no, that's it, I need to say something. Because seriously, if people watch things like that and don't do anything, like nothing is ever gonna change. So I got up. My ex was like, no, sit down. She was like a bit scared, even though like she was the strong one that could have done something. But I didn't give a shit. I got up, I went to the back of the bus. Sorry, I'm clapping a bit too loud. I went to the back of the bus and I said, you need to learn to have more respect. People like you shouldn't even be allowed on the bus. You are so rude, you are so offensive, you have absolutely no manners. How dare you be so rude? And still no one on the bus doing anything. So these guys, both of them, started getting closer to me and saying they were gonna beat me up, they were gonna kick my ass. Seriously, you shouldn't say that to anyone, but especially to a woman, like, and two men against me. It was a bit scary, right? But I was so angry that I didn't feel it at the time. I was just like shouting at them and arguing and stuff. But then they started walking towards me and I started walking back and nobody did anything. Not even my ex didn't do anything as well, like fucking hell. So my ex went up to the driver and said, could you please stop the bus? And he stopped, like, it wasn't even a bus stop. He just stopped like a completely random place. I had no idea where I was. And when the door opened, I was expecting the rude guys to get off. But they didn't. They were like coming up to us and it really looked like they were gonna beat us up. So we just quickly got off the bus and were left like in the middle of nowhere. At least I had no idea where I was. Yes, this happened. Nobody said anything. So because I was so angry after that, I went to the police. I called organizations and stuff because I thought, no, it's not possible, like something has to happen. But at least at the time, there was nothing that the police could do or no type of punishment for them, really. And especially because there are no cameras on buses in Brazil, so we didn't even have any proof. So I actually ended up contacting this local news agency thing, and a few days later they went to my house and did kind of like an interview with me, and I told the whole story and stuff. Actually, it's still one of the things that comes up if you Google me. It's in Portuguese, so most of you are not gonna be able to read it, but still there's like a kind of like a report about this whole story and everything that happened. And the shocking thing was that the comments in this thing that they published online, most of the comments were like, oh yeah, that's right, gay people have to be beaten up, they shouldn't go on buses, like really bad comments. I was just so shocked. So that's my story, and after that I think something changed inside of me and I became very proud of being gay, and I have no problem telling everybody that I'm gay, and I'm like super out and proud because that's the attitude that people need to have to change all this homophobia and stuff. I know that there are countries and areas where this is worse, but still, even in like first world countries, there's still a lot of shit like that going on and a lot of discrimination, and we have to fight against this shit. Seriously. Yeah, so that was the story. I'm sorry if it was a bit too heavy. Usually my channel is a bit more light-hearted, but really I think people need to talk about things like that and not just brush it under the carpet. Is it under the carpet or under the rug, the expression? Because how are you gonna brush under the carpet if it's glued to the floor? Anyway, if you had any experiences like that in your life, please tell me in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and have a very, very lovely day. Mwah!